Hello everyone, this is Akanksha. Today I'm going to teach you about models. Our today's topic is models, that is models auxiliary verbs. So with auxiliary verbs, I just want to recall one more topic which I have already taught you. That one is framing of the questions. In that topic, I taught you about how to frame questions with the help of auxiliary verbs. So what are auxiliary verbs? That are helping verbs like can, could, may, might, will, would, shall, should. These all are auxiliary verbs and many more are there. Yes. So in this video we are going to know about how to use which auxiliary verbs and at proper place. Though we are using it, but we don't know that we are using auxiliary verbs, right? So in this video we are going to learn about some more auxiliary verbs and how we have to use it in a brief manner. What's the definition of a model? A modal verb is a type of a verb that is used to indicate modality. Now, what is modality? That is your ability, what you can do, what you cannot do. When you are asking permission, when you are seeking permission, when you are making a request, when you are giving suggestion to someone, and etc. So, these are the modals, right? So, a model is also known as a modal auxiliary verb that combines with another verb to indicate what is your mood or tense. For example, like I can drink. So here can is also modal and drink is also verb, right? So both are verb. Can is helping verb and drink is main verb. Combining of both the verbs, that is a model also known as a modal auxiliary verb that combines with another verb, that is drink. First verb is can and another verb is drink, combining with another verb to indicate what is your mood or any tense. That is a modal auxiliary. Here are the few examples of models. She can dance. She could dance when she was young. You must go to the doctor. Could you pass the salt, please? It may be rain today. She may not be at home. First, she can dance. Second, the same sentence, but I have added over here could and when she was young. So, what is the difference between can and could over here? Can and could both are showing ability, but the first one, can, is showing the present ability, what you can do today, what you can do at present, and could is showing the past ability, what you could do when you were young. So she could dance when she was young. And in the fourth example also you can see could, I have also used over here. Could you pass the salt, please? It is making a request. If you are making a request and it should be in polite manner, then we have to use could. Here are the list of models with their family members. Like we have can family, we have will family, we have shall family, we have may family, we have must family. So in can family, can is there, can, could. In will family, we have will, would. In shall family, we have shall, should. In may family, we have may, might. And in must, we have only must. So there are multiple usage of can, there are multiple usage of every auxiliary verb or the modal verb that I am going to teach you in the next slide. Here are functions of models like can. There are multiple functions of each and every model over here. Like can expresses ability, then permission in informal manner, then request and offer. Could, past ability, polite request, permission. Will, if you are predicting something, if you are making decision. Would, polite request. May, more possibility. If there is a chance of 70% of rain, then we are using may. If there is a less chance, then we are using might. Then may for permission, but formal one. Then shall, intention, should, advise, must, necessity. And there are multiple usage, but we are just doing the important one which you are able to understand very easily. Here are the few examples of can. That can usually expresses ability or capability, like he can solve the sum, he can swim across the river, I can work hard, she can dance Odissi, she can ride a horse, he can sing. These are the few examples which are showing ability, what the people can do. These are the abilities or capabilities. Here we have can for permission and can for request also. What's the difference between both the things? Like I'm an introvert person, I can't order someone to do something for me. No, it's not possible. In English language, we have to just make the request or permission. So these are the two terms which we have to do. If I need something I'll ask someone to do something for me, or I want to take permission or request, and I feel just comfortable also to do both the things, right? Either you have to do request or permission. So here we have first can for permission. That can is used to express informal permission, offer, or request, you can say that. Like you can go now, I have given permission. If somebody has asked me, can I go, I have given permission, yes, you can go now. Then students can use the computers at any time. The permission given by the teacher that students can use the computers. Then can you hand me the stapler? This is a request, right? I'm requesting to my friend, then can you hand me the stapler? Can you help me please? And can I carry your bags for you? This is offer. This is an offer that you are offering someone, that you need to do help, or you want to do help to your friend, and you are offering that can I do this work for you. Next, we have difference between making request and seeking permission, which I have already told you, that a request is to ask to someone for something you require, and permission is to take one's consent. What is permission? That you are allowed to do something, or there is a consent or authorization of something. So can is the very least formal, and may is the most formal. Can is very casual way to ask, that is request also. And permission is when you are allowed to do something, that is permission. Here are the few examples. That can I have some cookies? Yes, you can I borrow your pencil please? Can you help me lift this box? So here are the few examples of where showing permission, where is request is also mentioned over here. Now we have could, expresses past ability and more polite request or permission. When we have to be more polite, then we have to use could, and would also. But in this slide we have could for the past ability, which I have already explained you, that what is past ability, which the things you could do at your past but not in your present. So it is used to express that someone is able to do something in the past but not now. Here are the examples. I could play a guitar when I was a child. I could speak 4 languages when I was young. He could play football when he was a kid. We couldn't get job at those times. Now I just want to tell you one more thing, that like can, we have negative also, that is cannot and can't abbreviation. Here could, we have couldn't also. So here positive and negative both will be there of any model. Here is polite permission. Like could we go home now? Could I take your book please? Could I use your computer please? Excuse me, could I just ask you something? So here you can see that in 2 sentences I have put please. So please is the very polite one. It is your wish whether you have to add please at the beginning of the sentence or at the end of the sentence. So please shows that you have to be very polite if you are asking permission, or when you are seeking permission, or when you are making a request, you have to be very polite. And when you have to be very polite, then you have to use could and please also. Could as request, like could you lend me this book? Could you tell me where the post office is? Could you turn that music down a little? Could you please explain this to me one more time? Again, it is more polite. If you have to be very polite in asking permission or seeking permission, making request, you have to be very polite, then you have to use could and would. Here we have will. That will is used to express volition as like willing to. Like if you are willing to do anything, then you will use will, that I will do this work for you. You are willing to do that. Promise, if you are making promise that you will surely do, you will surely get 100% marks in your exam, you are promising. Then determine, that you are surely, you will die if you will not do anything. You are sure about it, I will surely do my best, I will surely give my best. So that is determine to. So here are the functions of will. Then habit, like he will always wake up late, he will do his work on time, he will talk about nothing but movies. These are the characteristic habit where you are using will. Then assumptions and probability, like if there is any probability to do, or assumptions like this will be the book which you want, I think that will be the shopkeeper, I suppose. If there is any assumption or if there is any probability, there also you have to use will. Now will you is like invitation or request. If you are inviting someone for for any function or anything, or if you are making any request, like will you have coffee, will you lend me your car, will you come to my place for today. And would as request, and more polite, which I have told you, like could and would is, it's a vice versa. Both we can use for when we are requesting, and it will be more polite. Would you pass the book, please? Would you mind? Would you mind if I use your pen for a minute? I would like to have tea. Preference. Now next we have shall. When we have to ask a question, like shall I open the door, to suggest something. And here shall you see that in future tense we did it, like with I and with we have to use shall. So here shall I open the door, when you are asking to ask a question, and you are asking question. If you are suggesting something like shall we play badminton, we are getting bored, shall we play, we are getting too late, shall we go. So when you are suggesting something to announce something that definite, like we shall be landing in Colombo in 20 minutes, that is definite and 101%. So that is where you have to use shall. Should. Should is basically past of shall. To talk about the right thing to do, to ask for advice, to express duty or obligations, like you should do this. I feel lazy, I should exercise more. Should I go for a walk? It is an advice, right? To express duty or obligation, like we should obey the laws. So these are the usage of should. Next we have may. May is a formal permission. Like I'm just going to tell you about what is the difference between may and can. Can be used for informal permission and may for formal one. For example, like we did, I think you all must be knowing about formal letter and informal letter, right? Informal letter we are writing to our friend, to our family, and formal letter we are writing to our teacher, to our principal, or to any higher authority, to the editor. So there's a difference between writing pattern, the content which we are writing in both the letters. Like in formal letter, we are starting with hi, how are you? Very casual conversation is there in formal letter, right? But when we are talking about formal one, we have to be very restricted. We can't start our letter with hi, hello, right? So formal one, when we are asking permission with any authority, or when anybody is senior to you, your teacher, like may I go, may I come in, when you are asking permission, that is when you are making request, that is formal. So formal, informal, we have to use may, and when we are using informal, there we have to use can when you are asking, taking permission or making a request from your friend. There we have to use can, but may is very formal one. So formal permission, may is will be used, and more possibility if there is a chance of 70% of rain or 70 or 80% of anything. So that is when more possibility is there. So there you have to use may. The formal permission had a few examples. You may go now. May I come in? May I go? May I borrow your book? So here, may I borrow your book? May I go? I have used may, and that is very formal. Now here is possibility. Again, 70% possibility or the 80% possibility. It may rain today and he may be at home. So these are the functions of might for less possibility. If there is any, if there is possibility that is 20% or very less possibility is there, then we have to use might. For example, I thought he might be at home. It might be rain tomorrow. I might not come to your house. The principal might agree with their plans. So when there is a very less possibility, then we have to use might. Must, when there is necessity, that you have to, you must do, you can't ignore. So there we have to use must to express necessity and obligations, like you must improve your work, you have to do, there is no other option. You must get up early, we must start early, or we can't reach the fort. You must not have spicy food. So that is strong order, command that you have to do. There we have to use must. At the end you have some conversation. These are the comics one stories which I have took for you people. You will read it and you have to find models, and there you have to write functions of models, that which model is used in why, what is the function of that particular model. And in the next slide also you have frame dialogues using models. Like you have to, what you have to do is, you can see the pictures over here and you have to give your own dialogue. You have to use your imagination with the help of the models. Make sure that you will be using models while framing your dialogues. Thank you for watching my video. If you like the video, give it a like, share the video to your friends, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you and have a nice day.